Alright, my flow sinister. Never lied in my rhymes. You can go ask Jennifer. That's my mom's name. I create and find change. My mind frame ensures that forever I'll reign.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Black ultra.
He's coming. Check in.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Taken from just outside the 30. Gets around him. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That good for 19 at a first down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
It was Raekwon Davis with the tackle. This defense for the Dolphins, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 17-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on second down. They'll run it again with Barkley, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Kalen Ballage, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Cade York for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. The Dolphins at 7-2 here on the year. Their head coach, he's got them believing in themselves. They've won 7 of their last 9 games. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT.
I think what we just saw there with that fumble return is the increased emphasis on taking the ball away from another team. And no one wants to just fall on in football anymore, do they? They want to take it and try and score themselves.
But when you fall 1 yard short of getting in the end zone, it's a and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Najee Harris with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in. And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
On second down, here's Barkley. And some room to roam now. The 20. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 12-yard line. 70 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. A give for Henderson running to the right. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. 7-7, our score after 1. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On 4th down, Smith. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Elijah Moore from 4 yards out. And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Here's Tua. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Throwing again on second down. Tua. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Bobby Wagner, the all-pro, in on the tackle.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. From 17 yards out. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from drawing level. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Browns drive about to get started. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
From the 27, Smith. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Set, ready. 52 blue.
From the 31, Tua. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
From the 17, Tua. Open man is Chase, complete.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Dolphins will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Smith. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Barkley, inside handoff. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started.
But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Geno now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
A little juke, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. On play action, here's Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 75. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tua going to try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Steps away. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Browns.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. Henderson now on 1st and 10.
Down to about the 32.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 27.
87 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks. Now Smith. Rolling to his right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's the defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 41. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Saquon Barkley. 59 yards.
And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. They complete it to Hill.
Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Tyreek Hill's got another one.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Looking to pass. Tua.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards.
And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And some space here. And out across midfield down to the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there catching the short throw and turning it upfield. He can also be a weapon downfield as well.
That pass complete to Moore. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big play that time on the catch and run. 31 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Barkley, no signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1.
Second and goal from the 1.
Barkley again.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Browns have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim one-score lead.
We've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. Second down at 7.
Tua going to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Got his man, Robbie Anderson.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Now a throw here to his running back.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. To throw is Tua.
That's swung out wide to Harris. And the Dolphins are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking out play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second, third levels, you can see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
He finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Smith on 3rd down. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. Completes to Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance.